All opinions here are made up. All events and people, even those based on real places and individuals, have nothing to do with reality. As a matter of fact, I'm not real. I'm an AI project created by some stupid person who wanted to compete with ChatGPT but ended up making me instead. So don't take anything I say seriously. I am serious. During the process of making this video, it had been 5 years since the so-called non-laboratory made stuff that locked us in our houses for 2 years and took so many lives, especially those of vulnerable people, such as the elderly and individuals with health problems, for emotional support, or perhaps to remind us that it is still here, still famous and still important to us. Celebrities sang the song of the king of the hippies. Imagine. Did it help us? In a way, yes. It helped us to realize just how out of touch some people, especially celebrities, can be with reality. In their minds, singing this song would make us cherish them with thanks and gratitude. But seriously, if I lived in a mansion and were rich, instead of singing a song and saying, "Oh, look, I'm just like you," I would have gone out wearing all the necessary safety equipment and help people in hospitals by being physically present and providing financial assistance. And then there was a Jared Leto. What did he say? He claimed he had been meditating and was cut off from the outside world. Jared, not just you, but all the rich and famous seem to be meditating together. Imagine that. When people say, "This is my baby," they don't always mean a baby. Sometimes they mean a dog. A Somali student on what has surprised her most about the United States. Yep, it's true. Not only in the US, but also in all the developed countries in Europe and Asia. People often complain about how difficult it is to take care of babies, how low their salaries are, how high rents are, how expensive utilities are, and so on. However, in reality, they end up spending enormous amounts of money on their so-called babies, which are usually dogs and cats. Expenses like grooming, human-grade foods, vaccinations, training, and even clothing and toys are quite common. Essentially, the basic things you would spend on human babies are instead being spent on dogs and cats. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I hate or despise dogs or cats. I love them. I love them so much that as a kid I was the reason we had both a dog and a cat in our house. Back then, a human baby was the reason for having a pet baby. But nowadays, hypocrisy prevails. People in most cases are so selfish. The responsibility of taking care of dogs and cats is easier than raising children, and that is a main reason, not financial concerns. Raising a human is much more emotionally taxing, but the beauty of raising a child and the deep attachment to them is incomparable. No dog or cat can replace the love shared between a child and a parent, and I am speaking from my own experience. Look at this, the skull. How aliens would reconstruct the animal. After seeing this picture, I find it hard to trust scientists, especially paleontologists, who reconstruct the present images of animals that existed long ago and are now extinct. How can you be so sure? Just look at the skull of hippopotamus. It resembles something out of a fantasy world or an alien creature. Yet, you've convinced us that dinosaurs look like lizards, and now you claim they resemble chickens. In the future, will you tell us they had skin identical to humans? In reality, dinosaurs might have been cute puppy-like animals, smart, sophisticated, and behaving like a well-developed creatures, not the fearsome beasts you want us to believe they were. From now on, I choose to trust my imagination over scientists' assessments, pictures, illustrations, and speculative fantasies. Just kidding. Scientists rule. I'm not a crazy flat earther, but come on. Some of your claims are hard to believe, especially when we consider how the hippo's skull looks. This is why Disney is about to lose $300 million. So many men have clearly never seen a woman up close in their whole lives. Burn him! You funny emitters. For real though, both far left and far right wing ideologies are stupid, really stupid. But when it comes to back hair, men know how hairy some women are. We just close our eyes and imagine 20-year-old Angelina Jolie when we kiss or have intimate moments with our women. All men do. We all dream about 20-year-old Angelina before she got too skinny, had too many tattoos, or went through all the marriages and the whole kissing her own brother thing. This is how we calm ourselves down. We don't really see the back hair. What we see is the young Angelina Jolie with her perfect looks, flawless skin, and no skin hair, before she drank Billy Bob Thornton's blood or whatever craziness they did. Speaking of back hair, if you don't want to have back hair or lots of hair everywhere except on your head, you must subscribe. Otherwise, you will wake up as a hairy, bald yeti. Don't let this happen. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment about why left-wing or right-wing ideology is the correct one and why I should be ashamed of myself. Bye!